right, we have Brian Watson, head football coach at Jay High School. Of course, he's got many hats over many years, but we'll focus on football right now. Third year now as the head coach. You've been part of the program, I mean, for so long. But what's it been like as you've tried to kind of establish what you want in the evolution of the program the last few years?
We're very happy how we're moving along, and and just in what we're trying to get established is just I've worked under so many good coaches, and I've just taken a little bit of pieces of a little piece of Elijah Bell and a little piece of Kent Smith, and if you come out and watch us play, you're going to see a lot of those two guys and in what we're doing right now.
Of course, there's unique challenges at Jay. It's a small community. You got a lot of guys playing both ways. What's the key when you have it right? What do you need to happen at Jay for the success to be there?
Just right now, all of our programs are playing at a high level, and so I think just our success in other programs is carrying over to every program, and and the kids understand the commitment that it takes to win, and once it gets established, it kind of, not saying it runs itself, but it's a little bit easier trying to, convince them they need to lift weights and, practices and stuff like that. So, the expectations our students have put on themselves.
We're talking about softball won state 2 years ago
2 years,
with the head coach right here. Baseball won state this last year. That's special. I mean, that doesn't happen all the time. Where does that have the excitement level just throughout the whole community without the school?
It's just it's. I mean, we talk about it. I mean, it's the the excitement level and everything is, and our student athletes are they kind of challenging each other. Who's going to have the best one, and nobody wants to be the weak link up there right now.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about break down your team a little bit. Good year last year, 7-4, solid year. What did you see you can build on? What do you like about this year's crew?
This year I think. This is going to be one of the deepest J teams we've had in a long time. Offensively, we have a 3-year starter returning in Hayden Morris, and then we have a big tight end, wide receiver target in Brady Godwin, and then we have a senior center that's going to help. He's a 3-year starter, and that's Sam Harp. So at every level we have three-year starters on offense, and defensively, we're going to try 10 guys that just play defense out there, and that's something that's very rare at a 1A school. So and they're older guys, and we've got some youth, some really solid depth. This is the deepest team as far as depth, So the excitement level up there is really high, and the expectations is high this year at Jay.
With all those guys back on defense, where are the strengths there? Who are the big leaders on defense?
I think our linebackers, our outside linebackers, Stephen Davis and Weston Salter, and our 2 defensive ends, and Brady Godwin and Nick Baxley. And then we're going to play Hayden a little bit more on defense at safety right there. Once again, that's 3. At all 3 levels, we have multiple year starters at that position, and that's huge.
You talked a little bit about some of the offensive guys, but what else on offense? How do you think, is the style going to be similar, some changes, and who else do you think the ball's going to go through, for the success you're going to have on offense?
I think we're going to be gun, and we'll be 2-by-1 a lot of times on the receiver front. So but we can run the quarterback a lot. Hayden's going to run a lot. And right now coming out of camp, it looks like James Youngblood is going to be our tailback. So, it's not going to be like last year. We relied on Brock Stout a lot, and he was getting 25, 30 carries a game. That's not going to be the case this year. We'll be able to spread it out a little bit more, and then we'll run the quarterback a little bit more than we have in the past.
In the rural, in the 1A, there's a lot of tough teams. Always a lot, we talk about the Bakers, we talk about the Northviews. Size up kind of the challenge of going through the kind of programs we have in the rural area this year.
It's just when you look at the rural area and you start looking at schedules, you just look how good these teams are, and they're well coached. And then you get into that small town Friday night football where it's town versus town, little town. But the last few years, Northview played for state 2 years ago. Baker won state 4 years ago. When you start doing that, and then also in our region, you got Chippewa and Holmes County, Bonifay. They used to be 4A schools. Now they're in the rural league. So, it's our competition level is just so it's very high. There's a lot of good teams, but there's also they're well coached also.
Yeah, and it's special to have that because if I'm right, it was Elijah Bell who led the charge for creating that rural district because it was a ridiculous scenario playing schools from Jacksonville and so on. How special has that been? Now that it's been for a number of years to create a level playing field. How special has that rural division been?
It's been nice. I mean, just to be able to advance in the playoffs and know you're going to get hometown people. You got people playing for. Just you don't have mega teams. And it's nice for a rural town and a rural team all in a panhandle when they have that special group of kids in a special group. They have an opportunity to play for a state title.
You mentioned some of the coaches, just the ones we have in there, but just the overall coaches in this area. We're here at Media Day today, and just the faces, the experience, the incredible programs. What's it like being part of that fraternity, and just how special is the type of programs, the type of coaches we have in this area?
Oh, we have great coaches. I was talking with some of the bigger schools. I said, our big schools, and I mean, there's not a lot of them. They all play, but there's no easy out for these guys. And these teams are so well coached in this area, and just being, anytime. I think probably one of the biggest things is anytime you need help or need some advice, you can reach out to any of these guys down here, and they'll help you out with film, or if you just have a question about a scheme, So no, there's some really good teams just in the Panhandle. We're so blessed. We have really good teams and good coaches.
Excellent. Good luck this year, Brian. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.